Namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across the planet, around the world. I'm Greg Prescott from in5d.com, and it's 2:20 right now. We're at that 2:20 marker where the EBS is supposed to go off. Now, at 2:18, I got a brief little burst, and it wasn't long. It wasn't extended or anything. Let me see if there's anything on my phone about it. Nope. I didn't get any messages on my phone. It's amazing. We're still here. People aren't dropping. Got a number of fear-mongers out there saying that people are going to be dropping on, the graphene. You know what? Can't really say it here. Probably should have went on Rumble to talk about this, but yeah, my thing is, most of these people, all of them, I can't think of one person that said it might be this, or, just a heads up, this could happen, maybe, maybe not. They're all like, yeah, this is what's going to happen. And, if you got the, what, and there's something oxide in you. And I'm just so tired of the bullshitters. And I'm wondering, these people that were bullshitting and fear mongering in order to get views or whatever the hell they're doing, what I don't know what their motivation is. Followers, I don't know. But are they going to apologize? Or will it be similar to all these people that, like Wolverine, who said that the quantum financial system was going to be implemented last week and nothing happened? And then no apology afterwards, although he did say he had an excuse, no apology for lying. He had an excuse saying, oh, it was just bad intel. Well, apparently anyone that was talking about this EBS, fear mongering BS, was that bad intel too? Come on now. And I commented on this one guy's post on Twitter about Wolverine and the QFS, calling him out. He pulled the post, but your comments and everyone else's comments stay there, even if somebody pulls their post. So, I mean, this is such, and I've seen this tactic happen time and time and time again, where people make these outrageous comments about things that are bullshit. And they get a bunch of people to watch their videos and probably new followers or whatever. And then only to find out it was bullshit the whole time. And then what happens? They pull the video. So there's no evidence of them ever doing it. I've been watching this happen with Nasara since the early 2000s. People are saying, "Oh, it's coming. It's on the way. It's going to be here this week, next weekend, whatever." Nasara has been around since the early 1990s, 1991. It's actually been around earlier than that. If you go all the way to the Farmers Trust or whatever that was back in 1978. But yeah, and there was a lawsuit, but it had nothing to do with Nassar. That was co-opted by this woman, Shanae Candice Godwin or something like that. And she's the one, I mean, she died back in 2010, 2011, something like that. But, she had the cops after her for fraud. And if you really knew the true history, and then you see these people pushing BS, like the emergency broadcast system crap. What was it? Jason Circa said it'll happen at 2:22 p.m. No, but he's using the numerology, because a lot of us are into numerology. So, and there's nowhere on the FEMA site that it said 2:22 p.m. Eastern time. As a matter of fact, it said 2:20, but they actually did it at 2:18 before I had a chance to come on and show you that, hey, I'm still here. I'm curious, did anyone else have that EBS tone? It only appeared briefly for like a second. That was it. It's like, beep, that's it. Done. Did anyone else hear it? Who else had their phone on? And just by commenting, it shows me that you're still alive and you didn't croak from it. Real quickly, I just want to say hi to everyone. Moreo said, I didn't die. Well, neither did I. Yup. I'm alive. Hi, Kate. Hi, Magical Maiden. How are you? Hey, Tammy. Yep, got the very short burst. That's exactly what I got. Nothing happened in Texas. I hear you, Sandy. Exactly. Fear porn. And that bothers me. I don't know why I should let it bother me, because there's a lot of spiritual people out there that are pushing the fear porn. Not cool. Not cool. And that is true. Now you know who not to follow. I mean, and I totally agree with you, because there's a group of people that are parroting the same bullshit within the spiritual genre. And I'm not going to mention their names. I've talked about these people ad nauseum in the past, and I'm not going to point fingers or whatever, but yeah, there's a whole group of them that are pushing the same crap and lies. And someone's got to call them out. I'm not afraid to. That is true. All the fear points. Now you know who not to follow. All the fear porn spreaders. It's true. Deanne said, my mom is 77 and it had her scared. See, and there was no reason for that, was there, Deanne? None whatsoever. We all live to tell about it. Hi, Tammy, who's joining us on Facebook. Put your boots on. Yeah, the shit's getting deep. Views, all for views. I agree. That's what I think, but can I prove it? No. They're just bullshitters. Once bitten, twice shy, but look at some of these people who have been pushing the same crap for years, like the QFS and Nasara, and now this EBS crap. It's all of one huge group of people. They're all the same talking heads that are parroting the same information from each other. So, hi, Barbara. How are you? No thing happened. We're still here. Go figure. Isabel says, I've had enough of all the false information. I don't follow it anymore. That's a wise move. A lot of these people I do follow on Telegram, because you want to see what kind of bullshit they continue to put out. And they do. They keep putting out the same crap, the parroting echo chambers of crap and hot air and bullshit. Yeah, I'm on my soapbox. Yeah, no thing happened. Hi, Laura. Thank you, Greg, for not being part of the fear-mongering. My pleasure. One thing, so many of us are exhausted from all the fear-mongering. Appreciate you. Wasn't down for it this time. Blessed day to you. Thank you. Appreciate you, Laura. Thank you. It keeps the people in low vibration and in fear. Yes, it does, Isabella. The worst part is that many of these people are hiding behind the guise of spirituality. That's pathetic. We all knew nothing would happen. Face green smiling. That's actually the face green smiling is an emoji that I can't see for some reason. But hi, H Monk. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Gary. Gam, Cam, Game Cam, Siam, Game Cam. All fear porn. The ones spreading this crap make it easier for us to decide who to eliminate from our list of who to follow. Well said. Well said. Chances are, if you eliminate one, you're going to be eliminating about 10 of them within this genre. And you know how you find them? There's a few keywords that they keep reiterating, and they keep interviewing each other, and it's one big echo chamber. And they all have like hundreds of thousands of followers that are buying into the bullshit. Rosie said, just had a presidential alert come on all my devices. That's interesting. I see you're on Facebook. Could you send me, do you have a screenshot of that? And if so, could you send that to me, please? That's really fascinating. A presidential alert that came on all of her devices. Yeah. So, yeah. Hi, Rosie. Thank you. Jason's a fear porn spreader. You said it. I didn't have to, though. But yeah, that was one of the messages that came out about what was going to happen today. And he was the one I was talking about, that G oxide stuff. Susie, congratulations. You're still here. You didn't hear anything. Well, it happened at 2:18 here in Florida, Eastern time. On my phone, it happened before I had a chance. I was just about to sign in on StreamYard, and it already had happened. I was hoping to catch it on the phone live, and maybe we could have, had that tone analyzed, what the key of it was and what the metaphysical meaning of that particular tone might be. Yes, it was fast and over. Yeah, shit. Like always, yeah. This shit's getting monotonous. It's kind of like the left is so predictable. Now we got these fear-mongers and spiritual people that are pushing the same crap. It's so predictable. Careful who you follow. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Teresa. I got it, and I'm still alive. Right on. Now, they'll probably say, well, none of you got the jab. I'm curious if there's anyone that got the jab that still heard the tone and is still with us. Haven't heard anything about people dropping yet from it, and we're not going to. Nothing happened for Skylar. Fear propaganda is my daily laughing fest. Has been for a year before I just got angry. Aw. Janice says she's alive and well. It was very quick, Laura. Yeah, still here. Oh, wow, that's interesting, Morejo. Hers was about 30 seconds. I'd forgotten about it and was playing a game. Yeah, mine was about 1 second. That was it. 1 second. Maybe 2. Tops. Bonnie said it woke me up from a nap. Okay. So in Texas, it went off at 1:19 p.m., which would be 2:19 p.m. here. But it went off at 2:18 here in Florida, in Sarasota. Because that's the first thing I did was I checked my phone to see what time it was, and I knew it was early. It came early because I was planning on being online at 2:20 when it was supposed to happen. Hi, Jackie. I turned off all alerts, and it still went off. Isn't that interesting? That's what I heard would happen. The only way around that was to actually shut your phone off, or there's a video I have on Rumble, and I talked about it last night on Greg and Allie Live and Uncensored on Rumble. But this guy, he recommended, if this is what you're concerned about, this is what he recommends. He says, take a piece of foil, aluminum foil, or as they say in the UK, aluminium foil, and take that aluminum foil, crinkle it up into a ball, and then uncrinkle it. Make sure there's no holes in it. Put your phone in it, wrap it up in the aluminum foil. You don't even have to turn your phone off. No messages are going to get in or go out. You will not get the EBS broadcast message, though people can still call you. And once you unfold it and the signal's available again, you'll get whatever messages, but you won't hear anything. It won't receive any messages while it's wrapped up in foil. Came off as a presidential alert. Interesting. Which president? Because Allie and I both have an inkling that this might be a white hat operation, right? Because we kind of took a peek at it through the tarot, and while everyone, many of the people in the spiritual genre were fear mongering, Allie and I are like, this. The cards are saying it's a positive thing. What if that was put out there to let people know, okay, well, the cabal is now officially done. We're going to be televising Gitmo courtroom proceedings. And you can go here, and here, and they'll put little links on the emergency broadcast. Could well be a white hat operation. Yeah, it did come early, Julie. Thank you for joining us. I had it and immediately shut it off, not buying into the fear. Good for you, Mary. That is so true, Isabella. And I almost think that it's controlled opposition. It's like, I know the flat earthers are going to hate me for this, but as far as I am concerned, the flat earth is a psyop. You can never prove it. You can't prove it until one flat earther films the other walking off the edge of the earth. Or if one flat earther can take a drone up there and show us what's on the other side, and show us nothing at the edge of the flat earth. I spent about 3 weeks or longer initially researching it when I first heard about it years ago. And it was an interesting topic, but I found out that the more I researched the flat earth, the more I found out that you can never prove it. And they'll be so adamant about, oh, well, you're one of those people. If you don't believe in the flat earth, then you'll believe anything. Well, no, it's the other way around. If you do believe in the flat earth, you will believe anything because you have absolutely zero proof, and you'll never have any proof. It's a huge waste of time. Worse than that, it's being put out by a lot of people that are controlled opposition, and it's a psyop. Look over here. Waste your time looking at this shit over here, while who knows what is going on with the World Economic Forum, the Bilderbergs, and so on and so forth. It's a distraction. That's all it is. And you could say the same thing for the quantum financial system, NISARA, JASARA, all that stuff. Look over here at this shiny new currency that we say, well, is coming. It's on its way. They've been saying that since 1991, but it's on its way. It's coming. It's like Jesus. Jesus is coming, and he's bringing NISARA with him. That's the sound of disgust. It's like the sound I make whenever somebody says, oh, NISARA's coming. The sound of disgust. Yeah. And if logically, if you look at, like here in the United States, the Federal Reserve's charter expired I think it was December 31st, 2012. As you all know, all currency that's not backed by gold or silver is called fiat currency. It's worth nothing. Let's imagine that I'm the bank and I'm charging 5% interest. And there's only $100 printed so far. And I lend you that $100 and charge you 5% interest. There's only $100 in existence. Where are you going to come up with that extra 5% to pay me back? It doesn't exist. That's what fiat currency is. And we're at that point right now where here in the United States, the dollar's worth less and less and less every day. Hyperinflation is skyrocketing. The price of gas is exorbitant. Homes are unaffordable. Many people are homeless or on the verge of it, myself included. You know, food prices are just sky high. Something's got to happen. Now, it's not, and I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but it's not, and this is my own opinion. You know, Allie is not of this same opinion. She's of a similar opinion, though. What's going to happen is not Nasara or Jasara. Why? Because it's a lie. They've been promising that crap for over 30 years. Nothing's happened. And because it's a lie, it's against universal law. It can't happen. Can something similar happen? Can prosperity happen for everyone? Can something like the Roman Catholic Church being exposed and held for crimes against humanity happen and then have their net worth distributed globally, creating instant abundance for all? Yeah, that could happen. That's got a much greater chance of happening than Nasara or Jasara, but there is something that will happen. I firmly believe that there is some kind of prosperity fund. It's not Nasara or Jasara, but there is something that will have to come because all currencies are fiat currencies that are not backed by gold or silver. Something's got to happen soon because this dollar, I don't know how much longer it can last, right? The US dollar, fiat currency. So Sarah Ann said, all good. I had some weird fear thoughts and I was like, yeah. And you know, what happened was some of these fear mongers put those thoughts in our heads and call them out. Anytime you feel that somebody's giving you bullshit, don't be afraid to call them out or, you know, just, I don't know, stop following them. If nothing else, you don't have to necessarily call them out and say, this guy's full of shit. Meaning the president in charge of the EBS, who's the real, exactly. And when folks were saying that it was a presidential alert, you know, many of us have heard, you know, it's basically resident Biden, right? Resident Biden. And if you look at the swearing in and everything, I don't think it was officially sworn in legally. So who's president? Just saying. Rosie's in Texas. Hi, Richard. How are you? Hello, Sky. Shut off alerts and phone settings, but it still gave a short beep. Still alive and well. Yep. Glad you're still here with us, Sky. Hi to, oh boy, good. Gadara. Hi to Hugo. Hi, Hugo. It's TikTok with their deep fakes, false narratives. Yeah. There's a lot of shit out there, isn't there? Yeah, and as it was mentioned previously too, it's all for the views and the likes and shit like that. I saw I was going through MSN. They have a bunch of crap on there. And if you look at the thumbs up and thumbs down, most of the stuff has a shitload of thumbs down. And one of the stupid things that they had on there was this woman who wore these black pair of pants, leggings, whatever, but they were see-through. And you could see her underwear. Or she had like a black thong or something on underneath that. And this is, did she know about it? Most likely. That's probably why she posted it, and she can act stupid about it. But, this is what people do and say to get those views, just like the EBS and the fear-mongering bullshit that's attached with it. Beth says, I heard it, and I got it on my phone that doesn't have cell service. Isn't that interesting? I use it for other things on Wi-Fi. So no Wi-Fi interruption. What a joke. Yeah. There's another one that Sarah says hers went off at 1:19 Central Time. So did anyone? I'm curious because mine went off here in Florida at 2:18. Anyone else catch that at 2:18? Energy harvesting, perhaps. On point. Thank you. They are between two worlds right now. Give grace and love. Same hype happened around the UK when we didn't have our alert. Love you guys. Always trust your heart. Indeed. Yeah. And the thing is, too, if you go to the FEMA website, this isn't the first time they've done these tests. They announced it before as well, but it didn't get all the hype that this one got, along with, somebody put, the signal with, and the ingredients in there, one and one together, and came up with some bullshit kind of story, and then people believed it. And as I mentioned, it's not so as bad if people said it the right way. Is it possible that the frequency of this will interact with that? Just putting it out there. Is it possible? Kind of as a heads up. I can understand that. I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see that as fear mongering, because you're just saying, is it possible? You're trying to cover the bases without pointing the finger specifically and saying, yeah, don't do this. You're going to get this and whatever. It's how you say things. When I was a manager years ago, I was like, I worked in a shoe store, and I was in management there. And one of the things they taught you in management is, if you have to criticize somebody, start out with something positive, get to the meat and potatoes of what's going on, finish with something positive. And I've always remembered that. But that's kind of like, if you had to ultimately say something about what the EBS today, start with something positive. Perhaps, there's a lot of unfounded rumors out there that I don't necessarily believe, and I think they could be fear-mongering, but this is happening, and, it may have something to do with that. And then finish up with, I personally don't think anything will happen, and time will tell, but, just to be safe, this is your heads up. Okay, and that would have been much better than the fear-mongering that went on. Myself, I didn't think it was worth even talking about, honestly, except for calling out the people that were fear-mongering. I told my 79-year-old mom. She left the phone in the dining room. She hates it. Wow. Mother-in-law is in her 80s, got a little worked up. Yeah. Unnecessarily, right? Oh, that's interesting. Jill said it lasted about 5 seconds. once I hit silent. Hi, Jill. Yeah, people want drama, Morejo. Well, that's interesting, Cindy. General Flynn was in Venice, Florida the other night. I didn't know he was there, honestly. You have very good intuition, Lori. She said it was all bullshit. Some channelers are saying it's only going to affect those with you know what in their system. Who knows? Yeah. And that was the bullshit that really irked me. The you know what crap. And, you know, why do I let it bother me? Because it's lies. Because it goes against that universal law. Anyone that stands in the vibration of truth, love, and light, you have to feel some kind of cognitive dissonance with what they're telling you and what you feel. It's completely different. It kind of rubs against each other. That's basically what cognitive dissonance is. You know, here's the truth. It's right in front of you, but people are saying this. A whole big group of people are saying this. If the whole big group of people are saying it, it must be right. No. Like Gandhi said, even if you're the minority of one, the truth is still the truth. Laura says, wasn't really watching my phone, but heard it go off. It was an alert that you were online. Ah, okay, sweet. Hi, Rob. Send the info and everyone can decide for themselves on what to do. 50-50 chance. Martha turned off her phone. Oh, that's interesting. Rosie said she had another alert that just came through. Okay, it's 2:52 here in Sarasota. All I got was that short one at 2:18. What time did the second alert come through? You posted that at 2:29. So Richard says no one's is coming to save us. We save us. I've always believed that, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel is us. We're the ones that we have been waiting for, just like the Hopi said. Hi, Cindy in Iowa. What do you think about Trump possibly being the Speaker of the House? How cool would that be? It's possible. Because they don't have to be a congressman or, you know, in Congress, or it can be anyone. The Speaker of the House can be anyone that they vote in there for. How cool would that be? I didn't think anything would happen. Got another, Rosie, another one in Spanish. Interesting. I agree. Nikki says they're running out of ideas, so it's like being strung along. Yeah. Yeah. Beware of the bullshit. Where are the zombies? Basically, in every liberal city. Hi, Alita. So it was all bullshit from Q. Well, QAnon actually isn't a person or anything. Q is a group of people, and I didn't say it was bullshit or anything. I have questions though. What, you know, hearing trust the plan was part of the plan to have DEWs destroy Maui. Did they allow that to happen to expose something? If they did, that's pretty sick. I find the whole thing interesting, but I'm not gonna put a lot of energy into Q. Very interesting, though. Like the Q map is fascinating. Pretty cool. PBC. What is that? Palm Beach County? I'm not sure. Uh, and it's still going on with my cell? Wow. Hi, Rachel. How are you? Much love to you as well. Came out as a presidential alert, meaning the EBS is controlled by the president. This is what I'm saying. This is what we've hypothesized about who is the real president. Aha. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. And that's interesting. Northeast Ohio. Hi, Jenny. No alert received on phone or computer. Interesting. So, okay, so we're getting reports of no reports, no EBS alert, and then people getting it at a minute before it was supposed to go off. Myself, I got it 2 minutes before it was supposed to go off. Maybe I'm living in the future. Yeah, and then presidential alerts going on with that as well. And then some people were, we just had a report of it's still going on, right? Interesting. So yeah, Gail said, only got a message, but I was watching something on YouTube. In other words, she was living her life like everybody else should have been doing without the fear-mongering BS. So yeah, Jill didn't get it, but her boyfriend did. As far as I know, he's well. Right? Hi, Mary. I do not consent to any negative emergency timeline. Yeah. We were talking about this yesterday. Cliff High said that there's an event in the making that's 13 times stronger than what happened on September. You know what? If I even say it, it'll get flagged on YouTube. 13 times greater. He said it's going to be an apocalyptic event. I'm not feeling it. Many of us within this genre are empaths or super empaths, and we sense and feel something completely different than what Cliff High is talking about. That we are on the verge, we're on that precipice of something magnanimous. It's about to happen, right? Many of us are feeling that. Could that be the event? Yeah, there's a good chance of that. Not sure exactly what it is, but if something is going to happen that's 13 times more powerful than what happened back in 2001, that could be it. Could you imagine if that is what it is that he's picking up, and all of a sudden, all these people that are 51% positive or greater just all disappear, and then the cabals left with each other. What a joke that would be. I'd almost want to come back and watch them kind of fight with each other and just laugh at them because of what they've done to humanity. Now, I've always said this too. If you're going to round them up and send them off to Gitmo, what should happen at that point is you can lift all these suppressed patents and put them out there, and then don't kill them when they get sent to Gitmo. Build plants that will produce free energy, free energy system, med beds, and so on. Have them build all this stuff. The only thing I don't like about that, though, because that way they get to know what it's like to have to work, make them work 80 hours, like many of us, But the only thing I don't like about that is it would have whatever they built would have their energy on it, or they could, in their mind, be cursing whatever it is that they're building. Of course, all you need is two replicators and just replicate the replicators and give them out to everyone, right? Zephyr said mine said emergency broadcast service test, and I didn't hear it. It was in Spanish, then English, and I had to dismiss it twice. I was asleep. Wow. Yep. Okay, Palm Beach County. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, you got it at the same time as me, which was 2:17 here. Oh no, wait. No, I got it at 2:18. So you got it a minute before me. Got a lot of comments, and I'm sorry, I'm like way behind on the comments right now. I apologize. I'm back to like most recent one I'm looking at right now is 2:42 p.m. It's 3 o'clock, so I'm like 15 minutes off. Hi, Mom. Michael, yes, Michael Tellinger's ideas are fabulous. I agree. That's the Ubuntu, I believe, Ubuntu community. One small town, my kind of world, where people create a safe abundance, world full of good food, loving vibes, no feelings of lack. That's what I want the world to be like. I agree, Mom. I love that, and I think under his premise for Ubuntu, you only have to work like 10 hours a month or something like that, and everyone's working towards the greater good, and there is abundance uh, for everyone. He's shown how this can work. So if you want, look up Michael Tellinger and Ubuntu, Ubuntu, and you can find that on in 5D as well. I also like the Venus Project, what John Fresco put out there as well. Okay, so yeah, you got it the exact same time as I did, Beth. FEMA for evil men's agenda, right? Right? Hi, Lori. How are you doing? I'm doing good. We're all still alive despite the fear mongering. Not by me though. Not by the N5D crowd. We're not going to go there. It saved my cookies in the oven. What kind of cookies did you make? All right, so 11:18 here in Arizona. Just saw the timestamp. I didn't get a timestamp. I didn't get any message on my phone. It went off. I heard it, and there was some message, but it disappeared before I could get a screenshot of it. We've been mind fucked, especially these past 3 years. So we are bound to be nervous and suspicious about stuff going on. We are at war, after all, a spiritual one between dark and light. Yes, we are, Mom. 100% agree with you. Yeah. And you know what? It's the same, the whole, as above, so below. If that shit's happening down here, that means the Orion wars are still going on above us as well. All this shit is winding down. We talked about how and used the analogy of 5D chess, and there's only so many moves left. Both sides know exactly the only moves that can possibly be played, and we win. It's just a matter of this shit being played out. Can you imagine? I was in Walmart when everyone's phone went off. It says karmic vibes. you imagine all beep at the same time? We have a Walmart special in aisle beep. Hi, Lise. A year of Jubilee every 49th year, every debt was erased and land given back. So everybody was starting over. We haven't that in my lifetime, so they stole that. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard about that. Hope so. Hi, Mary Jane. This side of the dirt. I had mine on airplane mode due to all devices. I was concerned about the cats. As soon as I turned my phone back on, the alert sounded. Interesting. Yeah, it's that's the sound I heard. People are outside walking in circles. I was laughing before I even saw the JK. That's funny. I caught on to the fear porners for over a year already and unsubscribed the whole lot. Jason was one of them. Good for you, Glamarine. Don't need extra fear in our lives. There's enough crap that's going on with every government putting shit out there. You know, we don't need people in the spiritual genre doing the same thing. And people might say the same thing about, Allie and me when we do the global predictions. But shit, sometimes you can't candy coat some things, but we always try to put a positive spin on everything. And just like Live with Greg and Allie on Rumble, live and uncensored, which is what it says up here. I forgot to change the banner. But yeah, just like when we go there, some of the news that we put on there is what it is. It's just news, but it's to create awareness. And we do try to put a positive angle on that as well. Let's go there. Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm still way behind. I'm catching up though. I'm only like 10 minutes behind on the chat. I'm not a fan of Cliff High. He's on a different path and timeline. I kind of find Cliff is a lot like Jordan Maxwell. Both are pessimists, but both have fascinating information that you can learn from. I learned so much from Jordan Maxwell, and I interviewed him, I think 3 or 4 times on N5D radio. And he would say that the light at the end of the tunnel was a train. I disagreed with him. But, like what he taught about sovereignty and astrotheology, and it's just such a wealth of knowledge. So you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I hate that expression, but you know what I mean. There's some great information that is being put out there, and sometimes I can't be that person. There's only a few people. If they rub me wrong, and or they consistently put out bullshit, I won't follow them. I won't follow them at all. It's like there was a channeler back. Anyone that's I've been doing this for a long time, and there was a channeler back in the, like mid 2007 or so, something like that, 2008. The channeler, well, I'm not going to mention his name, but the entity that he was channeling was this person called Salusa, capital S, little a, capital L, little U, capital S, little a. And he was so full of shit. Like, remember, and this was back in the day, anyone that has been, in this genre as long as I have, probably remember Blossom Goodchild saying that the Galactic Federation of Light was coming on this one specific day in October. And then Salusa is like, oh, yes, I have confirmed this. They are coming, blah, blah, blah. And then nothing happened. Blossom had to backtrack and apologize, which she did, and I give her credit for apologizing. But Salusa comes on, and then he's got his bullshit of saying, oh, well, things didn't line up this time, and, a different timeline, blah, 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 blah. It's like, that guy was so full of shit. I'm like, anytime I see Salusa out there, I'm like, bullshit, swipe. Swipe, move as far away from that crap as possible. But he's just a bullshitter. He rides the coattails of everyone else that's putting out shit, whether it's positive or negative. He just rides their coattails. I'm in Southeast Georgia. I was riding my bike past someone whose phone went off. My phones were in a Faraday bags, nice, in the backyard, just in case. Brought my phones in, and alert again while in the bag. Interesting. So even in a Faraday bag, it didn't matter. You still got the alert. That's interesting. Lion Angel Light says, sorry, it took me a while to get on here because I have my phone wrapped in aluminum foil and buried 6 feet underground. That's great. It's awesome to have a sense of humor about this. Speaking of which, I'm going to be putting out a new podcast, and it's called The Metaphysical Show with Greg Prescott. And I came up with some, and it's all a joke. Don't take it seriously. But I came up with some bumper music, some new podcast songs, and I played one yesterday. But for those who didn't necessarily hear it, here's one of them. It's a country song for my metaphysical podcast show. So check this out. I got me a barn and I got me a truck. Don't give a rat's ass, don't give a fuck. The only thing we talk about here is metaphysics, y'all. Truck broke down just the other day. Girlfriend and daughter both moved away. The only thing we talk about here is metaphysics. Y'all tuned in to this here metaphysical show with your host, Greg Prescott. Bless his soul. Oh, yeah, y'all. And because the world didn't end, I think I'm going to play one more. We can do the Latin one, the reggae one, or the hard rock one. Let's do the reggae. All right. This is the reggae metaphysical bumper song music. Check it out. You're tuned into metaphysical show where the cosmic wisdom flows, shaman. And here is your host, Greg Prescott. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so those are exclusive videos that are not on the internet just yet. And well, it is now, I guess. But I got 2 more that I'll be posting on the Metaphysical Show with Greg Prescott on new podcast. Haven't decided what day it's going to come out, but it's going to be like it could be a 20-minute, half-hour show. It could be an hour. I might interview people. I might just do top 10 or top 5 or top 3 lists, but I want to make it informative and entertaining. So, I'll probably include some skits in there like that and so on. So, just stay tuned to In5D, and we'll be putting out some pretty cool content. Tracy says she likes the country one. Aw, thank you. I think they're all pretty cool. They're just kind of like I said, don't none of the lyrics mean anything. It's just supposed to be funny. That's it, or humorous. The hard rock one's pretty good, and so is the Latin. I played them all for Allie last night, and she said her favorite ones were the Latin one and the hard rock one, which I haven't played for you guys yet. But my favorite were the two I just played, the country and the reggae. So you caught that, Prescott. That's how a Southerner would say that. Yep. How long does one video take to make? A long time, because the music's completely original. I have a program called Mixcraft, and I have to put together, the drums, the piano, guitar, all that stuff together. Then I have to write the lyrics for the song, record all that stuff, and then put a video on top of the audio, the MP3, so you can watch something visually entertaining. For one song, it takes a while. So it's not like I can do this every day for every podcast that I do, but once in a while I'll just come up with some new songs, and they're just intended to make people smile. That's it. And if that's what it did, yeah, I'm happy. Oh, heck, let's play one more. Not sure which one I want to do. Let's do the Latin. No. Yeah, let's do the Latin one. All right. Here we go.
Hola, señores and mamacitas. Welcome to the hot and spicy metaphysical show with your host, Senor Greg Prescott. Get ready for spirit, body, and mind to expand in 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I just like getting silly sometimes by doing stuff like that, and that was fun to do. My Latin accent is horrible, but my Latin accent is about as bad as my Rastafarian accent on the reggae version. So anyway. Yeah, like I said, I tried to talk like the Rastafarian Jaman, but yeah. uh, thank you, Joe. Got one more though, the hard rock one. I'll just save that for later, and maybe I'll do a few more. It's hard to come up with different genres of music. Maybe I'll do a rap one where I'm rapping out the metaphysical show. That'd be kind of funny with me, being all homeboyish. Yeah, I definitely have to do a rap one. I don't know what else. What other genres are there that I could do? Jazz would be hard. I could do it, but maybe maybe ambient, like new age. I could do. Yeah. Anyway, been on for an hour, and we're still here. I'm hoping that all of those echo chambers that put out fear porn apologize for doing so. Chances are many of them will take their videos down as if nothing ever happened. Somebody has to stand in that vibration of truth, love, and light. Let it be you, let it be myself, because you'll never be wrong as long as you firmly believe in your heart that what you're doing is in the highest vibration of truth, love, and light. You can't go wrong. But if you knowingly are putting out bullshit and fear mongering, that's not in that vibration. And if you're like me, you question everything. Why would that person or these people or this group of people put out that bullshit? Right? What's their agenda? Do they have controllers or handlers? How is it that they came to rise in popularity so quickly and picked up hundreds of thousands of followers, you know, by telling lies? Question everything. Question everything I put out there. But I know that in my own heart, I stand in that vibration of truth, love, and light. And anyone that's followed me since, 2009 on In5D, and beforehand, I was putting material out on my Maya website, proving that the 2012 was not a day of apocalypse. My 2012, the online movies got like, I don't know, 15 million views or something like that, showing that it's not an apocalypse. So my track record is pretty darn good of, number one, not fear mongering, and number two, standing in that vibration of truth, love, and light. And I've been doing this since 2009. You can go back on n5d.com and see all the posts. There's over 6,000 posts on there, and you'll find that there's no fear mongering. Never has. That's not my style. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I want to thank everyone for joining me live. And congratulations, you're all still alive. And for those who are watching this on the recorded version, thank you as well. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And going to wrap it up there. So from my heart to all of yours, I'm sending you all tons and tons of unconditional love and light. Love you all. Take care, everyone.